Every single day, your child is being told what to think by friends, teachers, social media, advertisements, influencers. And one day, they'll face a question that can shape their entire future. Is this actually true? Because information has never been easier to access, but truth has never been harder to recognize. Today, I'll share 3 powerful ways to raise a child who doesn't believe everything they hear, but learns to think critically before forming conclusions. And the final lesson may be the one that protects them from being easily misled for the rest of their life. 1. Teach them to ask better questions. The smartest children aren't always the ones with the most answers. They're often the ones who ask the best questions. When your child hears something, teach them not to accept it immediately, but to pause and question it. Questions like, how do we know that's true? What's the evidence? Could there be another explanation? Imagine they hear classmates say, nobody likes the new student. Instead of believing it instantly, they learn to ask, how do you know? Did you ask everyone? That simple habit slows down assumptions. It replaces quick judgment with careful thinking. And children who learn to question information don't just become smarter. They become much harder to mislead. But questioning is only the first layer of thinking critically. 2. Teach them to be comfortable changing their mind. Many people think changing your mind means you were wrong. But in reality, it often means you're growing. Teach your child that learning new information is supposed to change how we think. Imagine they strongly believe something in school, then later discover they misunderstood it. Instead of feeling ashamed, they learn to say, I didn't know that. Now I understand better. That's intellectual maturity. It teaches them that being right isn't the goal. Learning what is true is. Children who can adjust their thinking when new evidence appears don't become confused. They become wiser with every experience. Now here's the final lesson, and it may be the one that protects them most in a world full of noise. 3. Teach them to think before they share. Today, information spreads instantly. A rumor, a headline, a video, a social media post. And many people repeat things without ever stopping to ask if they are true. Teach your child a simple rule. Before you repeat something, pause and ask, do I know this is true? Where did this information come from? Could sharing this hurt someone if it's wrong? These questions build responsibility. They teach children that words are not harmless. They have consequences. For example, before forwarding a message or repeating something they heard, they learn to pause instead of spread. That small habit builds trustworthiness. Because in a world full of noise, people trust those who don't rush to speak without thinking. Your child doesn't need to know everything. No one does. But they do need to know how to think clearly. Teach them to ask better questions. Stay humble enough to change their mind. And pause before accepting or sharing information. Because the future won't reward the people who simply know the most. It will reward the people who can think the clearest. And that ability may become one of the most powerful advantages your child ever develops. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one question you think every child should learn to ask more often? Let's keep building. Click the video on your screen to learn how to raise a child who creates opportunities instead of waiting for them. Because critical thinking helps a child see clearly, but the real world rewards those who turn thinking into action and create possibilities where others see none. I'll see you there.